Hey, listen, I just want to call out one person.
And I hate myself a lot.
But you're getting punched in the dick.
There needs to be more Street Shark references.
I say who?
That's funny as hell.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the underqualified, the overcompensated, squeaky desk chair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why this is squeaking right now.
Oh, that's yours, yeah.
Like a fucking old door in a horror movie.
That's our show, ladies and gentlemen.
Ta-da!
Firth will not be the extent of what you heard today. Firth in the opening. That's the most you'll hear from him today. Yep. He's dead. I don't know.
Firth died. I don't know.
So who are you again?
I'm Rhodes. I am
What's up, my guy?
the host with the somewhat least most, me. And then next to me, just simplicity.
Yes.
Perfectly Rico.
A godsend, some might say.
A godsend.
Hey, I'm Rico. I'm here. And hey, let's the world's blowing up. We'll go from there.
I'm sorry for the lack of energy, people, but the world's on fucking fire. So
it's on fire. Oh my god.
Granted, it's been on fire for a hot minute. In the words of the eternal warrior poet Billy Joel, we didn't start the fire.
Warrior poet?
Nope.
Never
heard what I said.
Is that your pet name for him? I've never heard Billy Joel referred to as
the warrior poet.
Oh my gosh.
Great philosopher Billy Joel. We didn't start the fire. Let the motherfucker burn. I mixed it. I mixed two of them.
Yes. You're like pitch perfect over here now. 2 cups.
My magic. 1 pitch, 2 cups.
Oh man! So in case anybody noticed watching the artwork for the initial post at the beginning of the week,
been great. Your little post show artwork has been dope.
It's about clickbait. No, I mean it's not. Initially, it was just Cuomo because that was the big story at the end of the week, at the beginning of the week, and then we get to the end of the week.
The man who once said, in a moment of great inspiration, sing us a song. You're the piano man.
Hell
fucking
yeah.
True words to live by, Andy.
Super inspiring.
True words have never been said. But you were saying it just gets worse, and then
the old President Biden, old Joey Bob, he's reaching out to OPEC instead of America for oil. Fucking Afghanistan's exploding.
The Secretary of Homeland Security, I believe, that was down in Texas on the border this week, and he got caught in a secret recording telling them that they're fucked. It was like a candid recording, and he's like, "This is unsustainable. I don't know what they're fucking doing. Like, we're overworking you guys, and you're working your ass off, but it can't get better with what we're doing right now."
No.
And literally like an hour before that, he was on camera going, "No, we're fine.
No, we're totally good. Everything's fine.
Yeah, the Biden campaign is doing great.
Put the Flex Seal on the holes." We didn't even get into fucking Delta. Fucking China closed their ports. What happened last time people started closing ports? Lockdowns. You got fucking Venom 2 Venom 2, right? Got fucking moved. People are trying to get out of the way of the Delta surge. Like, dude,
the release for Venom 2 got moved.
Yeah, it got moved from September to October. Not a huge push, but that's how it started last year. You know what? Everything was fine when I was eating the fuck I want and drinking whatever I want. I take 2 weeks. I take 2 weeks off from eating whatever the fuck I want and drinking alcohol, and everything just goes to shit.
No. It didn't that it all of a sudden went to shit. You stopped drinking, so now you're noticing.
Now I'm sober.
I noticed so many more things.
Oh my god. I missed the haze of alcohol.
Man, sobriety sucks. I feel things now.
Oh my gosh.
You're correct, Heather. You're correct. It's Rico's fault.
It's my fault. Always blame me.
The true pinpoint, right? The linchpin that holds together this world is your alcoholism.
It is.
That is
That's
what's
100%
holding us
accurate.
all together.
Who drinks Mio out of a German beer stein? Whatever. This guy.
And it actually is just Mio and water. So
It is just Mio and water. Hey.
turning
Good
over
times.
a new leaf. Yeah, the Olympics just ended as well.
They did. They did.
I think we won. I think we
Did
got
we?
the most medals.
I don't know.
I'm looking real quick because I honestly I just haven't had the time. I didn't watch the Olympics very closely this year.
Yes.
39. We had 39 gold medals. China had 38.
Every time I finish a bottle of bourbon, an angel gets its wings.
Yeah, we had 39. China had 38. Overall, we had 113 medals. China had 88.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Does that determine the districts for 2022 when we come up next?
The next Hunger Games.
The next Hunger Games, Olympic edition.
Yeah, right. I don't know. Maybe that'd be fun. You start making it exciting. Let me live my books in real life now. But so the Olympics ended. You know, there's the border shit. That's persisting.
Yeah. Never.
I would let Rico pick one of the two that we're going to start off with. What do you?
You know what? Let's just go with Cuomo. That motherfucker.
The beautiful, handsy
Andrew.
Italian.
Hey. That's because my new cooking show. I'm gonna convert
The handsy Italian.
I'm gonna be trans identity. I'm not making a joke.
He's just gonna be a Puerto Rican Andrew Cuomo.
Yes. The handsy Italian. I'd watch that cooking show. Yeah, we talked about the cardboard beds last
the
week.
anti-fucking beds, which you know for a fact
People's doing it.
they still fucking. Olympic athletes definitely fuck.
I think the only way they could have made those bed work if it like just like every time the bed rocked, it let out this blood curdling scream. So it would just scare the horniness out of you.
Or all of a sudden now you have a new fetish.
Bring me the Olympic cardboard beds. I can only ejaculate with a blood curdling scream.
I now have a new item for my red room.
The floor does exist. That's true. But these people, they got to be in tip top condition. They can't get, they don't got creaky backs like we do, like me and Rhodes.
Yeah, they'll be fine. If I try to do it on the floor, my knees are going to give out.
Why does my toe hurt?
Yeah, I'm going to blow my hip flexor on my right side.
The rest of his ribs broken.
Yeah, but also, yeah, I reheard it, by the way.
Again?
We're
taking time off.
I took it. It happens
This is how we
every
get
time I take
sidetracked.
time off. I take a month off and I go back and I fuck my ribs up every time. This time I felt a pop. And now that the swelling's down, there's a bump on my rib and it's not muscle.
Cancer.
So I'm about to get an X-ray done on Monday because I definitely fractured some shit.
It's a tumor.
Hey, and of course I did it. This is how I did it. I didn't do it with jiu-jitsu or anything. I took a month off, went back, and I was doing ACFT training.
Yes.
And I was doing the ball throw, and I threw the ball over my head and pop.
All of this is 100% accurate. I saw it live on feed.
Yeah.
I'm his witness.
Yeah, you can't say it didn't happen that way. I did go to a doctor. Like I said, I have an X-ray on Monday. I'm not self-diagnosing.
But if you don't hurt yourself every day,
everything
how do you know you're living?
Yeah, everything gets documented. We are not fucking around. I get a hangnail. That shit's getting documented.
I forget. I lifted a pallet yesterday because I go to pick up these motherfucking supplies, and they're like, "Oh, you got like 4 boxes. It's a 220-pound Rescue Randy, a fucking freezer."
You have 2 boxes. They're 6 feet tall, 14 feet wide. Just 2.
Oh man,
you brought a Kia Sorrento, not a truck.
I had this giant splinter like going like through my hand.
You find, sir, not incorrect at all.
I'm here for your second opinion.
I will consult on this. So you got a splinter. Did you go get documented that you got a splinter in your hand?
No, I like chewed on it for like an hour until I pulled it out all in one piece.
Like a champion. Chewed on it like a coyote. But yes, the Olympic fuck beds got us distracted. Yeah. Andrew Cuomo, the Italian.
Italian.
Yeah. He is officially he's resigning.
Well, he's resigning, and at this point, in like 7-ish days, maybe. Yeah, and not because obviously both things are heinous, but really, I think he should have gone down for his choices that led to a lot of elderly people dying during the pandemic, and also gone down for being the handsy Italian.
Yeah, that was the thing. Like they were trying to impeach him, right? And they were first starting off with all of the shit he did with the elderly and during COVID, and then the allegations came out, and they had more shit. Like he was gonna fight the other shit, and then the allegations came out, and he was still gonna fight those. And then after 15 women, including one U.S. Marshal that was on his security detail,
Jesus,
came out, he was finally like, yeah, he's like, oh, I need to resign now. Did you see his PowerPoint presentation?
I have not seen it.
There's I'm not going to play
Explain it to me.
So there's a PowerPoint presentation where he's like, he's explaining his handsiness. Right? He's like, I'm Italian. I grew up in Brooklyn, and how it happens. He's like, and he's like, I do embrace people. And when he would say this, as he said each sentence, a picture of him, kissing someone's hand, like a diplomat, another governor, a president, right? And he's like, I embrace people. I do kiss people on the hand. I kiss them on the cheek. Old people, gay people, black, white, and each picture was of a different instance of him. Was
it the Michael Jackson black and white video? He just cribbed that.
It was just each picture was a different situation of him embracing like a diplomat or something. And I was watching the number 2 podcast, Joe Rogan, with Andrew Schultz, and they're like, "That's not why we're kicking you out. The fact that you embrace people, it's because you sexually assaulting people." Like that's not in question. No one cares the fact that you give them a kiss on the hand when you say hello. That's not the problem. It's the fact that you're grabbing women's tits when they're not wanting you to.
Absolutely correct. Not what power is meant for.
Yeah, it was made to make me go to sleep.
Power?
No, the PowerPoints.
Oh.
Not sexual assault. No, PowerPoint.
I missed the point on the PowerPoint thing.
Yeah. If you need to make a presentation to explain your sexual assault, you need to take a look. Yes. Yeah. You're correct.
True.
That whole explanation was his last ditch effort. What was it last?
Did it have a flow chart? Like, I respect this person. Do I need to hug them? Go yes. Go no. And I'm assuming both sides say assault anyway. As I hit my mic. Sorry.
Do I want to fuck? Yes. No, but also yes.
Are you trying to fuck? Yes. No, but also yes.
But also yeah. That's the sexual predator's flow chart. It's
sexual
just, will I fuck?
Predator flow chart.
Probably.
Oh my god.
Will I try to fuck? More than likely. Yeah, he's out. Luckily, a fucking enough.
Yeah.
I mean, in the great, like they were propping him up so hard during the pandemic that he was doing this great fucking job.
He's trying to be a hero. He's like fighting Trump.
They were talking about having him as the fucking Democratic presidential run during the height of the pandemic. And I'm sure he was thinking it too. He's like, oh man, I'm getting all this positive press. He was the fucking liberal savior. Yeah. And even Fox News was giving him some praise here and there. And then they're like, oh, he covered up a lot of like deaths and shit. Never mind. He's a piece of shit.
I cannot confirm this, and it's funny but not funny. But I saw a meme that was like Andrew Cuomo.
I think you're correct in a moment of seriousness, but I can't say that because if I say that, then it's no longer a joke. It's just sad.
Yeah, and then we have to say allegedly for everything because we're not a part of the investigations. So
I just say fuck because it makes you giggle a little. If I just say rape, it's like, and sad.
Well,
because sexual assault and rape is sad. Unless you make it funny.
What? Nah.
What if it's with a clown?
Okay, I'll does the clown have a particular R word fetish?
He's a clown. He likes to dress up as a clown. I think that's it. That's the bare bones right there. But yeah, Cuomo's fucked. So he's moving out. His lieutenant governor, which is the first female, she's pulling up, so she's going to be the first female governor of New York. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. And then they hold, was it midterms next year? So they'll reelect next year.
I don't fucking live in New York anymore. That was like 30 years ago.
Sex with a clown is our limit. Like, sweetheart, I mean, you can keep the floppy shoes on, but you're gonna have to take the bulbous nose out.
No, keep it on. I'm gonna boink. Anyway, yeah, fuck him. Fuck Andrew Cuomo. Fuck him.
I agree. I as soon as during the pandemic, as soon as I heard him speak, I was like, "Oh, this guy's a fucking shitbag. This is not a good dude.
He's a bad guy."
Yeah, there's people, especially in politics. Like if you the squirting flower is not incorrect. There's people, especially in politics, because if you're looking at it the correct way, you're already like fucking assuming that they're shitty, right? Because they're in politics.
Right.
Some people get into politics to do great things. A majority of people get into politics because they're shitty people and they want to do sketchy shit. And so as soon as someone steps up on a platform with a podium and a fucking microphone to speak, I'm like, 9 out of 10, you're a piece of shit. And like you can tell, there's just like some of them like, oh, he may or may not be a good guy, but sometimes they stand up and you're like, oh, you're shitty.
It's the devil, you know.
Yeah. With the past 2 presidents, I have felt that way. As soon as they stepped in front of a microphone, I was like, nope.
Oh, Joey.
Totally out of hand of how I feel about how they ran their presidencies. Just purely first impression. Just, nope. I'm solid. You're a piece of shit. Cuomo steps up. Also, piece of shit. The fucking
My
California
shit
governor
sense is tingling.
Whoever the California governor is.
Isn't Caitlyn Jenner now?
No. She was running, but it doesn't seem like she has quite much of a chance.
Ah, I thought it was.
In the race anymore. No, they're about to have the election.
Oh.
Yeah, I think the front runner is a conservative. It's a male.
That's a fucking miracle.
But yeah, fuck. What is his name?
When's the last time there was a conservative? Well, no, we don't need to look that up. But it's Newsom.
Yeah,
for California.
Gavin Newsom.
Yeah,
he's getting impeached. They're about to start voting on that shit.
I just assumed Caitlyn Jenner was already in. It seems
people wanted
like
her to, but I think the wind kind of got pulled out of her sails a little bit. She gained a little bit of traction, but then the guy that I was talking about, the Republican guy or the conservative guy, he came in like mid-race and just kind of like took all the wind out of her. So it kind of split that pretty heavily. So I think he's the front runner. At least that's what I was hearing on some podcasts. Of course, I don't know. I don't care what the fuck happens in California. I don't ever plan on living there or going there.
Nope.
Yeah, there's some states that I have zero want to go to, and California is one of them.
California is one of them for me. I don't want to go back to New York because New York, God, fuck, dude. What are you doing with your life? What are you doing?
Especially now. Like, New York's crime is just fucking ridiculous right now.
It's probably still better than it was in the past. Never going to Chicago.
It's getting pretty bad. Oh, no, never Chicago. Oh, fuck that shit. I will land in the Chicago airport, which I like the Chicago airport, but that is it. Like, if I ever had a 6-hour layover at the Chicago airport, most states or most destinations around the world, 6-hour layover, cool, I'm going to stop out, go check some shit out, and come back to the airport. I did that in Amsterdam. It was great. If I landed in Chicago with a 6-hour layover, I'm like, no.
We'll give you a hotel. No, take me to the police station.
It's probably safer.
Take me right to the police station.
They're not holding the people there. They're letting them go. Chicago's really bad. We're just letting criminals out. So I'm probably safer in the prison. They're not there. Just keep me in jail. Just warm up a cot.
Oh, man. Speaking of politics, old Joey B.
Oh,
he's having a banner.
Bo Jiden.
He's Bo Jiden. old AFT Jones. He's having a banner.
Joe Biden.
We made this correlation last week where we were talking about basically, I don't know what were we talking about actually. We were correlating Vietnam with a modern thing. Was that for the pullout of Afghanistan?
I think so. Someone asked in the chat. I think it was Ramball asked in the chat, "What do we think was worse?" Vietnam having to pull out, or Afghanistan having to pull out. And obviously, Afghanistan has been going on longer, but there were more deaths in Vietnam than there was in the Afghan-Iraq war. So, like, I think we kind of Vietnam was worse with death, but I think when it comes to like a mission accomplished bit, like Vietnam is actually not that bad of a place anymore. Like it resolved itself. Afghanistan's going right back to the same fucking place. I don't know how many posts I've seen on Facebook of all of our fucking battle buddies who have been over there through the years. And they're like, we fought for a year and a half to protect this fucking area, right? This zone for a year and a half. Lost buddies, lost people. They got injured. Fought for a year and a half. And then now it's theirs again.
It's fucking crazy. Like every person a part of this show knows somebody that has been through that or lost somebody in that situation, and the fact that it just fucking went to shit like immediately, like you knew,
it's almost like none of it was worth it at that point, right?
Yeah.
If you fight for 20 years to like gain traction, and like ISIS is kind of like sweltered down a little bit.
Yeah.
But that wasn't even the real reason why we're there in the first place. I mean, the Taliban wasn't even the real reason why we were there in the first place. We were there for Al-Qaeda. Got rid of Al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda became ISIS. We fucked up ISIS a little bit. But then the Taliban was like, hey, we've been here like the whole fucking time. We're going to take our shit back.
Dude.
Also, we're going to take your shit because you left it.
We left so much fucking shit. Oh, my God.
And and then they realized, oh, shit, we left all our civilians there. So then what did they do? They sent the Marines and the Iowa National Guard. They just sent the Marines and Iowa National Guard to go pick up the civilians that they fucking left.
Absolutely insane.
It's a shit show. It's
insane.
It's when they first announced leaving. Like, what did you think when they first announced leaving, right? Like, so ever since I've been in and you've been in, like, the conversation among soldiers has always come up. Like, do you think that we should be there? Do you think like it was a just war? And a majority of people are like, I understand why I'm there, but also it's been going on for so fucking long. We just need to pull out. And that range from, the specialists that I know that have deployed like twice over there to like my first sergeants who've been over several times in their career. And they're like, we just need to fucking leave. And then finally we're starting to leave. So what were you thinking like when we first did the initial pullout? Like what was your thought?
Initially not knowing how they were pulling out, just the plan of pulling out. One, it was definitely political. Trump said he was going to do it, so Biden had to do it.
Yeah.
We've also been spending trillions of dollars on this fucking fight.
A year.
So, I mean, there was a reason for us to pull out the way we pulled out, though. It was just fucking crazy. Absolutely insane. We armed that region, and the fucking Afghani army, they are fucking cowards. They just rolled the fuck over and let these dudes come in. The Taliban's going fucking door to door, taking people from their houses to make them soldiers, sex slaves, or forced fucking marriages. And these motherfuckers just rolled over. That is fucking pathetic.
That's because it's the Afghan army. We knew that when we were training them. That's what we talked about it on the show when President Biden was talking about the power of the Afghan army. Now, just 2 weeks ago, I watched a thing on the news today. 2 weeks ago, he said, someone asked him a question. Do you think it's likely the Taliban's just going to, burst through Afghanistan and take it all over? And he's like, oh, do I think they can do that? No, absolutely not. And they showed that today. And that was like from 2 weeks ago, a month ago that he said that statement. And I'm like, it's fucking happening. Like you either weren't getting the correct briefs or you have no idea what has been going on. Like I obviously have never been there. I didn't help train the Afghans, but I know a lot of people who did. And every single person I've ever met that has been over there with SFAB or, pre-SFAB to train the Afghans, they're like, they are fucking terrible. Like, I don't know. They're like, I don't know what it is, how we can train fucking stupid 19-year-old dipshits how to be soldiers. He's like, but we cannot train the Afghans how to fucking not shoot each other in the dick. He's like, and how to fight. Like, they just fucking run away, which is weird, having the fact that Afghanistan is the most uncontrollable region ever in the history of the world. How many people have tried to conquer Afghanistan?
The Romans.
Yep.
Us.
Failed. The Ottomans. Failed. Russians. Failed. We weren't there to rule.
Instead, we play these fuck
failed.
games where we just fucking arm these fucking toddlers that can't even fucking not shoot each other, and then leave the fucking region. It's take like, your shit with you. If I left a rifle out in the range, everyone would be fucked. You don't leave an entire arsenal of fucking motor pool plus.
Sorry, do we need to take the Bradleys? Nah.
No, we're good. The Afghan, they know what to do. They just shot him in the fucking foot over there.
I think they ran away.
They're opening the front door for some reason.
It's terrible. And like, not a single service member who had deployed or not deployed was like, this is going to end well. As soon as we knew that they pulled out like they did, not a single service member that I worked with was like, that was a good idea.
Nah.
All of us were like, well, I guess we're fucking going back to Afghanistan.
Which right now they are. As you said earlier, Marines and the Iowa National Guard.
But
nasty girls,
their mission is
we love you.
To just take the people, right? Their specific mission is not to fight the Taliban. And they're there as a security force to pull the civilians out. And to, get rid of documents at the embassies and all sorts of shit. But that is their mission, which is fine.
It's like, the plot of Suicide Squad.
That's what they should have done before.
We're not worried about the star. We're gonna get our dirt out of there, so that way we don't get fucking caught.
Yeah, no, they don't care about the fucking diplomats. They're like, we need to take away all the proof.
Thanks, Peacemaker, you motherfucker.
Yeah, we need to take all our fucking proof away. But dude. Yeah, it's so. Do you think? So your opinion, right?
My opinion.
The pull out of Afghanistan, which is utter shit.
Weak sauce.
It needs to happen. We need to fucking leave.
It needs to happen.
That is not in dispute, but there's a better way to fucking do it. None of our shit should be left there. There should not be Talibans driving around in fucking tanks right now that say U.S. Army on the side.
Yes. No.
Shouldn't happen.
We should have taken our toys and gone home. in a. We should not have continued to
I would
arm
like
them
to say
and
we
give
didn't
them.
leave ammo, but we probably
We,
left
we
ammo.
sure fucking did. I guarantee it.
Like why? Why? But so do you think we're gonna go back?
I mean, we're already back, and all it's going to take is somebody to get fucked up while these 3,000 Marines and soldiers are out there for this fucking for this pullout game, and it could spark back up. It could. So what? We took a little vacation from the place, and everything went to shit. Our kids threw a party and fucking destroyed the place.
So I'm asking a question from a little bit of a place of ignorance, right? Only because there's so many different entities over there, discerning between them is difficult for me. Is the Taliban explicitly like anti-American? Like Al Qaeda and ISIS were like, we are going to like destroy America. Is the Taliban anti-American, or do they just like not want us there and they just want to rule their own fucking thing?
I don't know what the fuck they want.
Like obviously they're terrorists, but like, are they going to try to like attack us? Like,
so it's like crazy. So like back in the day,
pieces of shit.
They're pretty much pieces of shit. Like back in the day, the country, there was a point in the Middle East where everything was leaning more west, and then you had these radical movements and these motherfuckers coming to power and getting people, like-minded people, or creating like-minded people to fucking fight this fight to resist the Western lifestyle and do what the fuck they're doing. And it's like, I'm old enough to know that saying glass the region is irresponsible statement. It doesn't make any fucking sense because you hurt the fucking civilians there. But something needs to fucking happen, and I don't have the answer for that.
Well, I mean, and obviously the answer is not essentially a world war in Afghanistan. Because, I mean, it is what it is. We're not going to call it a world war. It was, Operation Iraqi Freedom and OEF, but it was a world war because we had all of these countries in Afghanistan, the Brits, the Aussies, New Zealand, fucking Canada,
everybody
Germany,
pretty much pulled out at the same time.
Yeah. Oh, they're all pulled out. Like they're all gone too. Yeah. But like they were all there. Every country in the world had people there that were part of like NATO, right? But a 20-year world war essentially was not enough to fucking wipe this shit out because you can't clean an ideology.
Yeah.
Right.
What
Especially since once we started fighting ISIS, Taliban was like, just let them fuck each other up for a minute. That's like if you were getting in a fight with a dude, and then as you were getting in a fight with a dude, another guy came out of nowhere and punched you in the face. And so then you have to fight that guy. And then that first dude just stands off to the side.
Just takes a break.
Yep.
He gets some Mio with electrolytes.
Yeah. He's just sitting there. He's taking a drink, cold towel. And then once you get done beating the shit out of that guy, then he comes out of fucking nowhere and you run. That's the scenario.
One of the standouts for me that was extremely pathetic is the message that was sent to the Taliban during this fucking uprising, this new uprising, was if you ever want foreign aid from the US, you need to let us get our people. Why are we offering to pay these motherfuckers that are just destroying their own people, their own fucking land? No, don't fucking offer these motherfuckers money.
That's what we do. We throw money at shit that doesn't need to be throwing money.
We ain't got none. The bank's empty.
Why are we throwing money at fucking gender studies in Pakistan? I don't fucking know.
You know that was a line item for something else. Guaranteed.
Well, yeah, they fucking bought someone off, but that's beside the point. That went straight into a fucking diplomat's pocket. But that's beside the point, right? Like, we put them in power, and then they start doing sketchy shit, so then we remove them. We've only been doing that for 20 fucking years. Oh, actually, like 40. Because there was the Bosnian War, and then there was when Russia was trying to fuck up Afghanistan. What did we do? We went over and we trained the Mujahideen, and the Mujahideen beat them back with our training and our weapons. And then they became Al Qaeda or became Taliban.
I don't know. They Pokemon evolve into the next fucking.
Yeah, it's just fucking. They're trans terrorists. Just gotta change what their affiliation with.
Oh, it's so fucking like I feel bad for our brothers and sisters in arms that had to deal with that shit, and they're watching everything transpire. You put up a fight that was unwinnable, and at the end of the day, don't forget you're a fucking line item.
It's the ever classic. You went over there, you fought, put your life on the line, and then your politicians fucked you.
Yeah.
It's how it works. They didn't go over there, right?
No.
Maybe like 5 of them were there before they became politicians. And then they're the only ones that are like trying to actually do good for veterans and soldiers.
Dude.
And then
the
they
whole
just
situation is
fuck you.
just fucking disgusting.
It's when people ask, like my family, like civilians, when they ask me or my wife, and they're like, "So what do you think is going to happen in the Middle East?" And obviously, I've never been there, so I'm just a soldier, right? I just do shit. I just do what you tell me to. I'm not a fucking expert on the Middle East just because I'm a soldier. And then they're like, "So what do you think is going to happen?" And I honestly don't know. And that's mostly because my slightly educated mind goes, "There's 7 options."
All right.
Either we leave.
7 options.
Yeah, I mean, either we leave and that shit just devolves into a vortex of shit, right?
Mm-hmm. Which is
And
happening, yeah.
Yeah. Or we go back and we do another fucking 20 years trying to fix this shit. Or we get in a war with Iran or fucking Russia or China. Like, there's so many different options. Like, we forget about the Middle East because we're too busy fighting in Belarus or something. Like, or we actually maybe do something about Ukraine for fucking once. Like,
there's no strategic advantage for Ukraine.
No, besides having a base in Ukraine,
Just rocks.
there in Russia, which is why they won't let us be there, which is why they were pissed off that we were in Turkey, which is why they'll never be okay with us having bases in Latvia.
I don't know.
Or Lithuania.
This whole thing just like fucking it disgusts me because you know what was sacrificed, and then you see the outcome of it, and I'm like watching the news and I'm thinking, like,
it's disheartening.
If somebody came to my house and tried to fucking take my family, it just I would never say I had respect for the Afghan army, but to just fucking roll over and let these motherfuckers come into your house and just fucking take your family for whatever their purposes are, hell nah.
And I think that's a difference in mentality and culture because this is America, right? If that happened here, in any varied state, like there's gonna be a lot of dead civilians because we fighting. Like, try to roll through Texas and take people's families, or Chicago.
You don't even need a permit in Texas no more to get a gun. Drop some bills, baby. You can conceal carry that motherfucker. Yeah. Go ahead, fuck around and find out.
Yeah, go to Chicago and try to take people's family. All of a sudden, all the gangs are unified.
Dude, absolutely.
Like, that would never happen here, right? Like, never would a internal terroristic force ever be able to do that here. Yeah. But somehow they're just rolling through Afghanistan, and the Afghan army has more people.
They got more people. They've got better weapons. They've got fucking training. They're just rolling the fuck over and just
because the Taliban's just using the training that we gave them back in the 80s. We've been training the Afghan army for 15 years. So they've had consistent.
They got more training than I got.
Yes. There's motherfuckers over there that have been in the Afghan army receiving American training for the past 10 years.
Dude.
And like, you're just going to roll over? You're just going to get your ass beat on the first day? Granted, this is just conjecture from two guys that don't know what the fuck they're talking about. But
because we're underqualified and overcompensated, that's why.
Yes.
Share, like,
read
subscribe.
The fucking title.
Although you mentioned, this is slightly off topic.
Okay.
You mentioned potentially changing the name of the show. Remarks Complete podcast. I don't know.
The Just One More Thing podcast.
The caveat cast.
The caveat. I just want to say one thing.
We'll get Frith to record one line for the intro, and then he can do whatever he wants.
Hey guys, I agree with everything you said. I just want to caveat off 7 things.
Uh-oh. His house is being invaded by tiny Taliban.
Tiny, blonde, blue-eyed Taliban.
Hey, get out of here, Tina Taliban.
Oh, you in trouble. Hey, close the door, you. Close the door. Bye-bye.
And see, Afghan army, you can learn from that. He just had her get out.
I just said, get the fuck out. It's that easy. And then he snuck in just out of nowhere. Hey, you. What are you doing, Floofs? Okay. What were we talking about?
we were. I'm just finding myself getting more frustrated with the Afghan situation.
That's because it is, and it's all shit. And you can. Heather said hi, by the way. We can conjecture all fucking day on what should be done and what was done and what can be done. And the honest opinion is no one knows. No one knows what needs to be done. We can look back on what was done and be like, we should have done that better. Like pulling out. We definitely should have done that better.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
We should have at least taken our choice.
Much like a 20-year-old on his first time, not really meeting the mark, he could have pulled out better.
Now you're pregnant. Happy
now
Mother's Day.
But like we could conjecture on this and everyone does, right? You watch Fox News, CNN.
Yeah.
They have politicians on there, and they're all like, this should happen, blah, blah, blah. No one knows. But
the politicians, fuck them. They just want to say the right soundbite. So just in case it's right at the end, history could look fondly back at them. Go fuck yourself.
And generally, they say nothing anyway.
No.
They have an entire monologue, a whole soliloquy of nothing. There's no point there.
I'm hoping your dog just drops a fat deuce right there.
That's a viral video. Hey.
Get a Sarge.
Dumbass. You big fluffy fuck. But it's just, that's all it is. It's just all talk. And no one knows. And I don't like that we don't know, right?
No.
At least in World War II, they're like, we know what we need to do. Fuck up the Germans. Just get through to Germany. That's what we got to do. But ever since and then when we stepped foot in Afghanistan, we're like, okay, Al Qaeda, like beat up Al Qaeda, and we got Al Qaeda, and then we're like, well, fuck. Now there's 4 more of them. Fuck all these guys up.
But see, look at that though. It's
we need more 20-year-olds.
You talk about World War World War II? Mm-hmm. Look at we have a significantly different presence though, but we still are in those countries. What, like decades later? Obviously, it's.
And honestly, I'm okay with the overseas stations. I don't think those are bad.
Mm.
Like I think those are fine, and they make sense, honestly. But we are the only country that does it.
No, we're not. No, we're definitely not.
Very minimum other countries do it, and definitely not to the same capacity that we do.
Well, so there's generally a foreign units on American, so they don't have.
They sometimes do, like here at Fort Hood, they have an entire British battalion here, and they have a co-British general that helps. That's like side by side with the Fort Hood.
Hey, Grant, have a good one, man. Hey, any Uno watchers, don't be reporting people. My man got banned for 24 hours because of a comment that was like nothing.
I think Facebook just did it.
Well, if it wasn't Uno watcher, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. Grant's a nice guy.
This man couldn't post for 24 hours.
But like, there are like I was saying here, we have a British contingency here on Fort Hood. There's a British general that is, side by side in command with our commander here for the whole base.
But
so we have that
Bundeswehr here. It's, I think a Japanese unit, but I've never
a Japanese
seen
unit,
them.
really?
Yeah, I don't know.
How pissed off would you be, the Japanese unit, when they send you to fucking Bliss, Texas?
From beautiful fucking Japan to
Bliss,
this
Texas.
fucking this Afghan Bliss over here. It's so
like, hey, we're sending you to
dusty and
Death
dirty.
Valley.
We're sending you to Dugway Proving Ground.
Oh, I would be pissed. Like, oh, we're going to America. Such a beautiful country. What the fuck?
Good. Just send the Taliban. Send all the bad guys from the Taliban to Dugway and then glass Dugway.
It's already been glassed.
Glass it again.
But like us being in other countries, that's fine. Like Trump's big thing was, it's in Germany. He wanted to pull us out of Germany, right?
Yeah.
I think that's fine having us there in certain places. Like we definitely do it the most. Because even the small little foreign countries that are here at like our bases here, it's like a couple hundred of them. We have
it's a small amount.
Regiments in fucking
that's what I'm saying.
Brigades overseas.
That's the thing, though. It's like once you find yourself in that situation, you can't leave the fucking region, and it's crazy because we're spending so much money, and then like okay, on a small scale. If, let's say, 2CR pulls out of Vilsec and Graf, then Vilsec, Graf, that economy goes to shit. Now, that's small scale. If you go big scale, you've got Afghanistan, where you pull every motherfucker out, deuces, and then the entire country goes to shit.
Yeah. Well, it'd be like...
I'm not justifying us being there. I'm not saying we should be there, but unfortunately, once we have a presence there,
it's a power vacuum.
It's kind of like we got to fucking stay there.
Yeah, it's a power vacuum. You have someone that's kicking, people in the ass, beating up all the bullies, and then that dude leaves. The biggest dude in the yard leaves. Now there's going to be a power vacuum. Who's going to take over, right?
Taliban.
Like we're in these other countries to deter other fighting forces, right? Like we're in Korea, so North Korea doesn't get fucking ballsy, right?
Yeah,
that makes sense. We're in Germany to help defend Europe against fucking Russia to make sure they don't get fucking froggy. That is why we're there. That's why we're in Italy. That's why we're, all over Europe.
Yeah.
And we have small contingencies in Africa and South America, but they're tiny.
Tiny.
Our biggest ones are Korea, Japan, and Europe with Italy and Germany.
Yeah.
But like we even have small places like Guam and shit.
Yeah.
But so we have those, but like, that, and I think that's fine. Like there are places that you can take your family. There would never ever be a dependent tour to Afghanistan.
Are you saying I can't go to the Chili's in Afghanistan?
No, you can go, which is your family's not deploying with you. Like you go to Germany for 3 years, my family was with me. Afghanistan would never be a dependent tour. If they set up duty stations over there, right?
I don't know.
Like I heard the other day that Kuwait is a year-long duty station now.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
When I was there for quarantine before I fucking pushed out, I had a JAG dude, pretty good dude. He was like, yeah, I'm stationed here for like the next year. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, someone told me that the other day. Like, yeah, one of my buddies stationed there. I was like, stationed? Like it's a deployment? They're like, no, like they left their unit, they're stationed there, and they'll go to a different unit when they come back.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, like I didn't know you could just PCS to fucking Kuwait now. Obviously, totally dependent restricted, right? Not fucking taking your kids.
I think
yeah, no, it's definitely dependent restricted. Like the UAE, Saudi, maybe, but not Kuwait. Hold on a minute.
The contractors there,
dumb fucking dog.
Let out your dumb dog. Uh-oh. I hear Tiny Tina Taliban.
Yes. Tiny terrorists in my home. But yeah, it's all fucked. And there's no correct answer. There's no right way to handle the situation. No one knows. Everyone can think they do, but no one knows what to do. And it's a shitty situation when you don't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's several different options, and all of them are kind of shit.
Yeah.
And this is such a quasi-complicated situation in Afghanistan. And it has been for 20 years. It's been difficult.
Longer than that.
Well, for the 20 years that we've been there.
Yeah, America and Russia were playing fuck games back in the day, fucking arming different sides. So this was a problem created.
Yeah, we armed the Mujahideen against Russia, and then nowadays Russia was arming fucking ISIS and the Taliban against us.
Yeah, I'm sure we were fucking arming them too. Like whatever.
Oh, they met with the Taliban to fight ISIS last year. That was the pullout plan. We were going to make a deal with the Taliban to fight ISIS. We're like, hey, you stop killing us, we'll stop killing you. And they're like, how about you just leave?
Don't let the door hit you on the ass on the way out. Yeah.
It's just, it's fucked. We need a better topic.
Better topic. Oil.
No,
Biden.
Not depressing at all.
Oil's only gone up like 5,000%. Gas and everything. That's fine. It's okay. Joe Biden, he asked OPEC to start making some more, so everything's gonna be fine. Meanwhile, Texas is like, hey, fucker, we're right here. If you keep your nose out of our goddamn business, we can make all the oil that you're asking OPEC for.
Or taking sanctions off the Russian pipeline, but keeping several different pipeline constructions in America down. Yeah. We had sanctions on Russia, and they were like, hey, we're going to remove those so you can build a pipeline. And everyone's like, you just shut down ours.
They shut down that Canadian-American fucking pipeline to line the pockets of fucking Russia. Jesus Christ, Joe, what are you doing?
It doesn't make sense. And then what's with the OPEC thing? So that's out of Afghanistan?
Yeah.
It's overseas oil, but they're not. Would they have like sanctions on Texas?
No, they don't have sanctions on
Texas. Or are they not allowing Texas
to
produce the amount of oil? You say that he went with OPEC over Texas.
Yeah, because he's trying to get OPEC to produce more barrels a day. Meanwhile, Texas is like, hey, we could do that if you just fucking stay the fuck out of our business. So that's the important part of that story. It's like we're continuing, we're printing money left and right, and we're sending a lot of that printed money over to outside interests instead of fucking keeping it in home.
Yeah. I mean, so say what you want about President Trump, but the man was at least pro-American sustainability.
Yeah, even the orange
to the point that he wanted to pull business back into the country. He was creating bylaws, and not necessarily just him, of course. Him and his team for large companies in the United States that they couldn't have outside sources anymore. They had to start producing their products in the fucking States if they wanted to claim to be an American company.
Yeah. And
so say what you will about President Trump, but he was pulling business back into the country. Right? I fucking gave him some praise.
I don't agree with everything.
Common thing out of my mouth.
He put tariffs on fucking scotch. He put tariffs on fucking...
Which is my first and biggest offense.
On GPUs.
Personally attacked.
Not specifically GPUs, but like, look, everybody does fucked up shit. I this current administration, make better choices.
It's so like, I didn't agree with everything President Trump and his people did. But I wasn't as outraged. I was more outraged when he spoke than by his actual policies and what he did politically. I just didn't like when the man. Yeah, I just didn't like when the man spoke words. That's when I got upset. But his policies, like, I never just watched the news, heard something that they did politically and like legislatively, and I'm like, the fuck? Like, that never really happened. Except with the COVID shit. He said some dumb shit again when he speaks. But with the Biden administration, like, everything they do politically and legislatively, I'm just like, what
are you doing?
What do you, like, my grandmother has Alzheimer's. I'm not letting her make life choices. Like, and we all know he's not in charge of making ideas. What other fucking idiot is being like, yeah,
he's the mouth for the fucking brain trust. Obviously,
not a good brain trust.
Oh my god, y'all are dumb. or
very
you're
good
just
brain
lining.
trust.
Or, I mean, yeah, the immediate thing is they're dumb, but obviously by doing what they're doing, they're lining their own pockets, right? Even AOC, longtime friend of the show, she's like,
Long time listener, first time caller.
I saw that she's like outraged that the Congress members, politicians that are in the know can buy stocks. So everybody's just lining their own fucking pockets.
Yeah. Welcome to the club, AOC. We've been pissed off about that for fucking years.
These motherfuckers, they got so much insider shit and none of them goes to jail. And it's like, oh my God.
Yeah, they've always been lining their pockets. A civil servant, a politician, a governor, and a senator are civil servants. How a civil servant who only is paid $150,000 a year, right? That's a good wage.
Millionaire.
It's somehow a multimillionaire.
Yeah.
Every
Come
fucking one of them. And this isn't ones or twosies. The fucking senator from Delaware had a shit ton of money.
Congressional term limits will never happen. Why? Because too many people make too much money off staying in.
Yeah, and they'll never stop voting on their own raises either.
I want congressional term limits, but these people are governed by themselves. They will never impose that.
No, they have to vote on it themselves.
All right, he clapped. All right, I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
That's the thing. You're exactly right. These people, they govern themselves. Right?
They got to vote to put themselves out of the
Yeah, they've forgotten a long time ago that they work for us, right? Now they govern us. And they govern themselves. They only answer to them fucking selves in the court of public opinion, which only matters for 2 weeks until they fucking forget about it.
Yeah, and then something happens.
Then it doesn't really fucking matter because, I mean, the Cuomo thing is a good point of that, right? Like, or the impeachment of Gavin Newsom down in California. That was not enacted by the California Senate or House or anything like that. That was by the people. The people petitioned, brought the impeachment, and kicked Gavin Newsom out of office for a revote. Like, that was the people doing what they're supposed to do when they don't like a public representative. Like, that is how it's supposed to work. But a majority of the states, these governors and senators, they run the shit. And in order for term limits or for them to stop voting on their own raises or, to stop being able to use insider trading information, they have to pass it. Or the Supreme Court does it. It's one or the other.
They raise the maximum fucking for junior staffers. They raise the maximum fucking amount they can make a year. This was like the last couple of days in order to attract new fucking new.
So what, they get 75,000 a year?
No, it was like 200K is the max for staffers.
200K, but the governors only get 150.
I don't know. I saw it yesterday. I read the story briefly. We'll look at it. We'll discuss that at a later time. But it was like the max they can make now is like 198K or some shit like that.
So the salary does change, right? From state. I thought it was just across the board, but it changes from state. So the average salary of a state governor in 2009, so obviously it's more now, was $124,000. The highest salary was Andrew Cuomo with $225,000 a year. The lowest salaries was Puerto Rico with $70,000. And Maine and Puerto Rico were making $70,000 a year, while Andrew Cuomo was making quadruple that.
What did Andy say? SCOTUS would need to get a case in front of them first and have no idea. We'll see. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, my guy.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. It's what would have to happen with this stuff is a president who pushed for it. That is how it would change. A president would have to get voted into power and then be like, okay, listen here, motherfuckers. I am your boss. Shit will change. Or nothing is getting passed. Like they need a Joe Jorgensen to get elected or a Spike Cohen to get elected in the White House and be like, listen here, bitches, shit's about to fucking change. You all fucked up and you voted me in office. Get ready. That's what would have to happen. Without a president pushing Congress to change it, it's never going to change. Ever.
I think we need one
They're gonna get more
libertarian president just to see what it's like, you know.
Yeah.
Just like let's take a risk next time. let's just
so far the shit we've been doing hasn't been working out.
No. What was it? That's so Biden slammed Trump for the amount the national debt went up like, I don't know. Let's use a round figure here because I don't remember the exact amount. Let's say it went up by $9 trillion under Trump. And so he's slamming Trump. Meanwhile, it went up by like $8.9 trillion during Obama. So I guess that 0.1 really fucked us.
Yeah, right. It's just we are currently at 26.7 trillion in our debt. The national debt is $26.7 trillion. You know what? Actually, now I'm curious. What are other countries' national debt? Like, let's say Germany national debt. $2.8 billion. Or no, sorry, $2,800 billion. Still fucking better than ours. What about the UK? What do we got over there? What's the UK? Or Canada? That's a good comparison. They're right up fucking north. Let's see what Canada is. 2.4 trillion. I don't know. You're the fucking lawyer.
I was just gonna say that. You're the fucking lawyer, Andy.
You tell me.
So number one for national debt is Japan, according to
really
for the debt to gross domestic production.
Okay, so we make more in our
Japan
gross capital than they do.
Isn't Greece a pretty small country? Portugal's a small fucking. Well, this is all by GDP.
Mm.
So we're like,
yeah, but
we're like
money wise, we have the most. Yeah, number wise, we have the most, right?
Yeah. But I guess if you squint your eyes a little bit, it's Japan.
That was racist.
Oh, that's not what I meant. It's like you blur
it
the letters. See, that's what happens. I said
now
something. Now
you're canceled.
You just got me canceled. It wasn't even a racist thing. Just like
it's always racist.
Blur.
It's 2021.
It's not like I put my fingers on the ends of my eyes and fucking stretched them out to make them look. Was that too much?
The UK is only.
I talked to my lawyer. It turns out it wasn't too much.
It's fine. So the UK is only $2 trillion in debt. We have the most. We're $26 trillion. It's ridiculous.
I don't know why that required us. Whatever. I'm not. I said what I had to say, and it wasn't anything racist, y'all fuckers.
It is now, bitch.
That's how people get canceled.
Yeah, pretty much just the world's fucked.
It's all fucked.
Yeah, it's just fucked. Like more and more, my wife is tempted to let us move to Spain.
I saw her one of her recent Facebook posts, and she was.
Oh, did she say that in the post?
Yeah. And Cheryl wants to go back to Germany hardcore. I just
go to a better country.
I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Back to another country? You're not re-enlisting.
No. I mean, well, I might.
If you re-enlist, you have to retire.
Nope. I'm gonna do it 1 year at a time. So I'm constantly
1 year extensions until you hit 10, and then you.
I'm constantly in processing and then getting
out processing.
And out processing. So they only get maybe 3 months worth of work out of me.
And then you're 14 years. Do you want to go in depth? Nah, man. I got six more 1 year contracts.
1 more year and give me choice of duty station. I'll just keep moving.
Nothing ever gets unpacked.
Nothing ever gets done.
Oh, that would be
game
insane.
The system, baby.
Yeah, there you go. You live out of a U-Haul. At that
what
point,
duty stations have you been to? All of them.
All of them. At that point, you just sell everything, and you buy an RV. You just buy a really nice RV and just drive it around.
I'm gonna get a decent and a half with a tiny home on the back of it.
Done. Our yard is America. That household goods shipping would be
What am I
fun.
watching here? Oh my god. I'm on this GDP fucking website and there's somebody like shaving their fucking pubic area. Let me get off that real quick.
As you do when you're looking at economics.
I don't understand how it correlates.
Down by the river. Oh
Man.
Basically, ladies and gentlemen, the world's just fucked. Real quick before we close,
Yes,
I would like our viewers to tell us, okay, I want you to type real fast what you think we're going to look like in the next 10 years. Give me your main stories in the next 10 years.
Well, I don't know about them, but I'm still going to be beautiful.
I mean, yeah. Big, brown, and beautiful.
I'm looking at the insights on our page, and we're up 1,628% on people reached. We're up.
Yeah? Why do we only have 2 million people watching then?
That's crazy. I didn't notice. And that was just.
I feel like all those numbers are wrong.
Yeah, math is always right.
I mean, when you only have 2 people reached, if you get 10 people reached, that's 1,000 increase.
No,
roughly math.
For the last 28 days on Facebook alone, we hit over 15,000 people.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
None of them like the page.
It's because Firth's not here. Fucking Firth.
We'll get you all eventually.
We're the Triforce, not the Biforce. That sounds like a gay porno. A gay superhero movie.
A gay superhero movie. I'm about to say like a gay Captain Planet.
Who are they?
Biforce.
The Biforce.
With their powers combined, they create RuPaul.
I want to be on the Biforce. Hell yeah!
With our gay powers combined, RuPaul.
I'm gonna write that. I'm gonna write that movie too. So
great.
After Space Drifters, I'm writing Biforce.
RuPaul's Biforce.
No. It's gonna be all unknowns.
All unknowns.
I'm hoping there's more equity for everyone, and the government stays the hell out of my uterus.
So, Heather, I didn't say what you were hoping. I said what you think is going to happen in the next 10 years. I wanted realistic.
Why are so many people trying to occupy your uterus, though?
It's really a problem. She has to have an active bouncer at the front of her uterus.
No, man, you can't get into that.
It's really a vacation destination. The amount of Europeans that are coming over here just to go straight to Heather's uterus.
Andy's definitely correct. Political division will
somehow
continue.
Increases.
You thought it was completely divided, but it's going to get even worse. Tensions on the little brink of civil war. Yeah. And Florida man trains gators to be weapons of war. That's when I will call in the Biforce.
Yes.
And on that note.
So I think that in the next 10 years, the talks of Texas seceding is going to become more and more.
Never. Always be optimistic.
Always be optimistic.
Unless you have to be pessimistic. Do that too.
Which is always. I think Texas is going to try to secede in the next 10 years. That's my fucking...
Texas is like, had it, bro. Texas is like, I'm so done with this.
If the world keeps going in the way of their ultra sensitive fucking cancel culture.
God, you guys just canceled me.
Yeah, well, I mean, you fucking deserved it, you racist prick.
I feel like Texas and your old white ass Biden looking like Biden clone ass just canceled me.
Just bald Biden. It looked like Biden if he got fucking too close to radiation.
Prices of school supplies. I just been gaming.
I don't
know how
have
much free stuff I got this year for my kids going to school.
You're in the military.
Yeah, true.
You're in the army. We get a lot of free school supplies. So my kids aren't school age yet, so I don't know what was up with school supply prices. How much is Elmer's glue in a fucking tracker?
I don't know. It's probably locked up next to the Mucinex now, so you can't huff glue.
And the tracker keepers? The trapper keepers?
The trapper keepers. Oh man, can you imagine all the Can you imagine all the Biforce trapper keepers I'm gonna fucking sell? Holy shit.
Just bring back all the old 90s things, just all Biforce related. You know, the snap bracelets,
yeah,
which
Biforce.
I found out was just fucking measuring tapes.
We know what trapper keepers are. What did I miss?
No, she's saying that we keep calling them trapper keepers, but they're just binders now.
Yeah, trapper keepers are fire though. You can get whatever you want.
And you fucking had one, Heather, so I don't want to hear it.
What kind of trapper keeper did Heather have?
I
think I had a Chicago Bulls one.
I know she had one. I think mine was like a hot rod or something like that. When I was younger. Heather probably if she could have found it, she would have had a trapper keeper of like Marie Antoinette. I don't remember you having one. I'm just saying because we grew up in the same era. You definitely had one at one point in time.
There's nothing like the crisp sound of ripping open the Velcro of a trapper keeper in a quiet classroom. If you have not experienced that,
after coming in
fucking
late.
wrong.
After coming in late. Or you know it's going to be loud, so you go.
Welcome to Trapper Keeper ASMR.
See, that was the problem in the old OCPs with the fucking Velcro pockets. When you go into like a briefing late and like you have to reach in to get your fucking pen and like pad, and you're like, it was two methods. There was either a or the just do it super loud. But although I did learn a method of how to
you
pull
haven't
Velcro.
lived yet, Heather. You haven't lived if you've never had a trapper keeper.
Yes, pretty much always. See, there is a method though when you're opening the trapper keepers and also your Velcro. I learned it from an old school ranger. Right, there's a way to make it completely silent as you're opening up the Velcro. Right, this is how you make it completely silent. You just go. Okay. Ah!
You didn't hear the Velcro. You're good.
Silent. Works in combat, works in classrooms. I'm just saying.
The best.
It was an old ranger trick.
That teacher back in the day that was clearly hungover and it was movie day, but you got to open up your trapper keeper because you need a piece of paper for some reason. You rip that motherfucker real loud, and he or she gives you that fucking look like, oh.
What about the one? And it was always the one of the coaches that definitely had weed. Like 100% was buying weed from the sketchy kid in health class. And I say this very specific situation because both Andy and Heather know exactly who I'm talking about.
Oh,
that comes to my mind.
Inside baseball.
Yes, you're your coach. And also, why is it every other teacher has to follow by the dress code? But if you're attached anyway to a sports for the school, like you can just wear flip flops and shorts and a fucking jacket.
Hell yeah!
Like
don't even get me started on Jim.
Boom. Know exactly what we're talking about. They always have a large painted water bottle with something in it.
Vodka's clear.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. I think we fucked this dead horse.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
I turned it into glue with my penis.
Yep, that's a thing that was said. Those are words that came out of your mouth. If I get close to the light, I turn into a ghost.
Yeah, you do. You definitely need some space there.
White Phantom of the Opera.
Casper.
Super white, Swedish.
Stay tuned next week when we do near. Far.
On Welcome to underqualified and overcompensated toddler education edition.
Toddler education edition. Hey.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching and viewing us today. My wife's yelling at me. Yes, I'm coming.
Ever tell the story real quick? Little anecdote. So I was working in the shop. I was managing a couple shops, and one of my mechanics, he was like, "Hey, when am I going to get off?" Or somebody on my phone's asking, "When am I going to get off?" And I said, "It depends on how hard they pull." And then he repeated that back on the phone, and it turned out it was his mother.
Honestly, that's the response I would send to my mother.
And that's the end of our show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank
you for watching, everyone. Thank you for commenting. We love you guys. We love you all. Please like, share, and subscribe to the show.
Yes.
Let us know what you like. Let us know what you hate. Please go watch us on TikTok. Listen to us on Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Facebook on this very page that you're watching right now. We post funny things all the time and or things that'll make you kind of giggle but also feel a little bit of shame. That's what we do, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate you. We appreciate your time. You're beautiful and you're beautiful. And as always, go fuck yourself.